I failed for 3 years non-stop until I understood exactly what I was looking for in this region. Then from here, you can find these high risk reward trades just like this, right? But I failed for 3 years because I never understood basic ICT and order flow concepts. So when we look over here, this is the same candle that's over here, right? This area is the same area as this area. But now when we look over here, what gives you the indication to take the buys in the first place was the fact that we had this over here. So we had 119 for 26. This means that there were 119 aggressive sellers and there were only 26 buyers. We also see a zero over here. So when you see a zero over here, this increases the likelihood of price rejecting this area. We also see a 16 for 1 over here. So we see a lot of aggressive sellers over here, despite that the market was able to move higher. So when you're looking at a regular candlestick chart, you want to ask yourself what is going on inside of this area. And the candlesticks don't actually show you what's going on. So let's break this down as a little case study, right? So what's going on is we see price eventually entering this particular area, right? Now we can see multiple attempts of this area. Now to give you some context, this here is a 15-minute fair value gap. So now when we're in the 15-minute fair value gap, we can see a ton of aggressive sellers entering over here. We see a lot of aggressive sellers down here, and we even see aggressive sellers upon the reject here and upon the reject over here. Now with that being said, this is what gives us our confirmation, right? So our confirmation is very, very simple, right? We've seen price break above this area and we can see price leave a small but valid fair value gap resting over here. So when you see price entering a 15-minute fair value gap and you have a 1-minute fair value gap after an aggressive seller absorption, because we can see over here very, very clearly sellers were absorbed in this area, so they did not succeed. Buyers were in control. And this is the reason we take the trade in the first place, right? Notice how we're also below the daily opening price, right? So the daily opening price is over here. And now from here, we can take a long position from this fair value gap. We can comfortably keep our stop loss near this yellow box over here. And we can simply target the fair value gaps resting over here from the Asian session. Now, with that being said, let's see how the trade actually plays out, right? So we see price hitting our overall take profit. So if you want to trade accurately, it's important to understand what is going on between the buyers and the sellers.